Republican Senator Jim Risch of Idaho, a consistent critic of Obamacare, and he's my guest. Good to see you, Senator.
Thank you, Risch, Jim Risch.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for correcting me on that.
It's all right.
So Senator Risch, okay, let me get your thoughts on this breaking news that's happening during the Real Story now, that we might, in fact, get the real numbers from Kathleen Sebelius about Obamacare. What do you think we're going to hear?
Probably some pretty disappointing numbers. That's been leaking out. There's certainly nothing to encourage anybody that these are going to be good numbers. Mostly what I think you're going to hear is excuses as to why the numbers are so bad.
So what do you make of the fact that we have Vice President Cheney and President Bill Clinton agreeing with the fact that President Obama should make fixes to this plan, let people keep the health care plans that they initially had?
Well, they're both right. First of all, former President Clinton was correct in saying the president should keep his promise. Vice President Cheney is also correct in that that's probably impossible because of what's happened so far, because Obamacare was passed and the insurance companies were given dictates as what they must and must not do. Those policies aren't going to be available to people anymore. They've been discarded. They're not offered anymore by the companies. There's no way to put this genie back in the bottle. The president can apologize all he wants, but it's kind of like saying I burned your house down, but I'm sure sorry about it, not much we can do. That's where you are right now. I agree he should keep his promise. I think it's impossible for him to keep his promise at this time. Well, go ahead.
It's just interesting because breaking news right now that according to Jay Carney, his spokesperson, he is going to be coming up with some sort of a fix, it seems, within the next 24 hours. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned to see exactly what that might be. In the meantime, I want to talk about something else that I know is very important to you. Iran walking away from a nuclear deal to ease international sanctions. But some lawmakers say they're worried the administration is rushing to reach some sort of an agreement and wants a deal too badly. Here's White House Press Secretary Jay Carney warning new penalties on Iran could push the U.S. closer to war.
The American people justifiably and understandably prefer a peaceful solution that prevents Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. And this agreement, if it's achieved, has the potential to do that. The American people do not want a march to war.
I know, Senator, you have said that you're deeply troubled with Secretary Kerry's rushing into any kind of a deal with the Iranians. Why?
Well, first of all, we've been chasing this ghost horse for years. We've got to remember who we're dealing with here. These are people who we should deeply, deeply distrust. We've sat down at the table with them. The world has sat down and said, look, let's do this, let's do that. We've negotiated. And what have they done? They've used the negotiation process to further enrich uranium, to extend themselves even further. Indeed, the current president, Rouhani, in his book, bragged that he had used the negotiating process in order to simply delay and get themselves closer to the production of a nuclear weapon. So we need to have a deep distrust for this. I've been briefed on the terms of the agreement. It is astonishing to me what they're offering. But secondly, we should not go anywhere near taking off the sanctions without the Iranians having performed first and having performed over a period of time, because they cannot be trusted.
All right. Senator Jim Risch from Idaho, thanks much for your time today.